Hello, Elaine here. Okay, so we are doing the week ahead predictions for the 14th to the 20th. I'm a little behind, um, but I wanted to do them and I wanted to do it a little different. So I already picked out, well, not picked out, but I already shuffled and pulled the kind of cards that I wanted to go with each. Cardinal signs, mutable signs, and fixed signs. So, what I did this week was I did card pulls for um, obstacles, and then I did card pulls for the solutions, possible outcomes. And so I found it interesting, and sorry, I'm just jumping right in. So I should say my normal like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thanks. And I should also say that I'm breaking up this video into cardinals, signs, and mutable signs, and then fixed signs. And I would say take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and you can watch your sun, your rising, your moon sign if you want. You can watch all three portions and see what makes sense for you or what you can take away. If it resonates with you, I would say go ahead and take it. And if you find it outside of this that time period, I would say it came to you for a reason. Also check it out. So with that being said, I will go back to what I was saying. So basically, I wanted to change it up a little bit because I did the full moon video as well, and I pulled cards for the full moon, which will be happening on Thursday. And I keep forgetting that. I don't know my timeline. I don't know if things are changing for me or what, but I've been having trouble sleeping, and my days are kind of all mixed up. I woke up today thinking it was Friday. So with that being said, let's repeat that I pulled cards. So my intention for these cards were for possible obstacles or problems that will pop up this week. And these cards over here are possible solutions to the problems and or something that might happen this week. So I did think it was interesting because we do have a full moon in Aries coming up this week, and the peace card came up. And I find so the peace card came up, and also the um, five of fire, which is the ram card, which obviously there's a conflict there, and the will card, which these are caribou. So these are obviously kind of ornery, strong animals that came up for this peace card. And so we're going to go with the peace card. And I just feel like I know with the full moon in Aries, and I keep thinking Mars is also in Cancer, which in the full moon I might have misspoke. But like I feel like Aries, they always get the anger issue thing. So I just feel like maybe keeping our cool this week, or even um not taking sides. That's kind of like the energy of this week of keeping the peace might be a little hard, especially with five of fire. That is like the conflict card, which is obvious they're butting heads. And it says occasionally you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. So some sort of conflict might be an issue this week. So definitely don't, if it's not worth your time, don't engage. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And then the will. expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So I also feel like, because my eye is going to this, um, maybe things will turn. I was feeling like a turning point, and maybe this will be the um, your obstacle actually lifting, or something, or maybe even something breaking down. And don't blow up about it. Kind of keep your cool and move forward, and maybe it will actually be something that is, I don't want to say meant to happen, but something that actually is positive. So, and if you blow up and lose your cool and kind of make something more than it actually is, yeah, you might not get your reward. You might actually have a little bit of more of a trouble than what would have been necessary. So we'll move on to the possible solutions. So, I was also thinking, after conflict or after a hard change, there is a square going on here, and I believe there's a square in Aries too. I will have to double check myself. I haven't, but it's like, when you struggle, you grow, and squares are like foundation as well. So this is the growth card. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And I just feel like, with these cards coming up, being aware and being conscious of, like, no, I'm not going to put my time and energy into this. I want to keep the peace, or maybe I don't want to keep the peace, and now I have to create boundaries for myself and say, no, this is not it, but do it in a, I almost want to say, uh, not a gentle but firm way. We also, we got two major arcanas, which the Will is a arcana card too. It's the Bluebird. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you, you so richly deserve. And that is the sun, and we got sunflowers. I love it. And um, I just feel like, with the solution card, which these are two birds too, um, you know, it is, it's your hard work paying off. That growth coming in, you feeling that expansion. Um, and then we have 17, the star card, which is the Aquarius card. We do have Leo here. So the Oriole, you are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So these are really positive cards. And I also feel like it is learning that balance and keeping your cool, and the reward of growth, and being aware, having the awareness and being conscious of your actions. So let us move on to the cardinal signs. So actually, I'm going to adjust these a little bit so we can try to keep them. Okay, so cardinal signs. So we got Mother, Father, God. This card to me feels like a co-creator card, a card that is kind of like, um, knowing that we are divine, even though we are in our human existence, and knowing that we are supported by the universe, and knowing that our creations our desires are also created, and even our desires are created, but also, you know, when we are in an energy that is also created, that is part of co-creating. And then we have the Chariot card, um, which is Cancer, which is cardinal. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Empress. And we have the Ten of Cups. And so with this, I am feeling like with the Empress, there will be a, it kind of fills into the sun and stars. The Seven of Swords is filling into the obstacle, and it is like, I kind of want to say, being aware of um, your actions, and where you're going with them, because we also have the Chariot card, which is movement, and kind of like, I feel like, what actions do you want to put into place, what co-creating do you want to do, where is your energy actually going, uh, and what is going to happen with that energy. And I definitely think if you are able to balance and keep things cool, this is the Empress card. She is divine feminine. And I feel like to make things, or to, the energy of this week will be like, don't do this, more be gentle and in your divine feminine, and create what you need, or and be not so Aries energy, of the spark, which is, Aries is also the divine masculine. And I just feel like this is just reminding you not to put your energy where you actually want it to be, versus being frustrated. And like, this Seven of Swords is always like the sneaky card to me. And I also feel like this can be somebody being sneaky or devious towards you, but I also kind of read it as sometimes the little things we tell ourselves to justify things. And it is, you have to balance those out and actually take the step back and um, be aware of what you're doing and your actions, and especially when you are co-creating. And the Ten of Cups, it's like happiness, fulfillment. That's the joy and fulfilling everything that you need emotionally. Um, and I just think, because we have two tens too, it's just, um, I don't want to say a completion, but there, I feel like this is what you're working towards, not being trapped in these energies. So just be aware of that for this week. Because that's what I'm feeling, is like, this is the energy that you're working towards, not this energy. And if you choose to be in this energy, that's what you're going to create. So that is for cardinal signs. We will move on to our mutable signs. Thank you very much, cardinal signs. Check out your other videos, or the other portions if you want. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. All right. Our mutable signs. So vulnerability and freedom. I cannot talk for some reason. Um, I feel like that might be hard. Um, the other cards that came up kind of support that. The Nine of Swords, anxiety, the Ten of Wands, dropping burdens that we don't need or being overloaded, trying to move on. We also have the Emperor, which is, like I said earlier, if you watch the Cardinal Signs, Aries, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So when I look at these cards, I feel like there is a challenge with these energies of letting go and dropping what you don't need and moving away. Um, you do have the foundations to do so, but it has to, there, you might actually have to be a little vulnerable to gain the freedom and clarity with the Queen of Swords. I definitely feel like you do have hope. The Star cards and Sun card, it just might not feel you. This might be a rougher week for our mutable signs. I'm just trying to see, but just know that you do have the strength, you do have the foundations, you do have the clarity. If you are able to navigate, well, you will be able to navigate these energies. It just may be a little rough. And hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. And I don't know if the conflict will be brought to you, and then you have to figure out the balance of that. And then, but just know that you are supported, and sometimes these rough patches lead to the growth that you need and the clarity that you need to move through. So I'm just going to look at everything. Uh, we have the ox and the caribou. Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully you got smooth sailing, but just know that you are supported. Um, Especially if anything breaks down or you get a conflict or something along those lines. Just keep your cool. All right. So thank you, Mutable Signs. Have a good week. And check out the other parts of the video. And we're going to move on to our fixed signs. All right, fixed signs. So we got some positivity. We got a yes. And we got the Five of Cups. We got the Six of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So with fixed signs, I am going to say that there's going to be a positive movement, especially with the yes, and I'm leaning in towards the possible solutions of expansion and hope and growth. I do think that there may be a little bit of self-sabotage going on, especially with the Five of Cups here. It's like, I can't pick it up. It's like being bored and just being self-sabotage, pour everything down the drain, and this is kind of goes back to this five of I almost said flower, five of fire, and I just, I feel like sometimes we get stubborn and fight ourselves, and it's not necessary. We have our little breakdown, we complete that cycle and move on. And I just feel like this is, just don't get stuck. Fix signs. Don't be bored and kind of start being like, well, I'm going to see what happens if I stir shit up. Because that's what happens sometimes. And it's like, just, you don't have to do that. Or maybe that is something you need to be aware of and grow out of. And the Six of Cups is like, I don't know, words are failing me right now. But being nostalgic and um remembering those good times. And it speaks of childhood. This has the dog in there, so and they were young together and now they're older. It just feels like, what I'm actually going to say is like finding a little bit of maturity after being in this self-sabotage kind of era, um, and kind of moving forward and setting new boundaries for yourself and giving yourself a foundation to find inner peace, and knowing that you are, finding this consciousness and this awareness and this expansion and having hope. And so the Ace of Pentacles is usually about a financial, it can be material, financial, something earthbound, earthly, because it is a pentacle. And it just feels like a start of something new. And this makes me feel the yes. Well, actually, these two make me feel the yes of like, we gone through our shit and now got our shit together and we're creating something new. Hopefully, we're not feeding into our obstacles and self conflict and conflicts with others, and just moving into the solutions because we done did it to ourselves. Or maybe you didn't, maybe somebody brought it to you. And, um, I just, for all the signs too, which I should have said earlier, but there's butterflies in almost all of these. And the birds just make me think that, you know, we are capable of more than what we think we are. And the butterflies just signify the transformation that we are going through. So I definitely think we're doing it. It just might be a little bit of a struggle, and the struggle might be um, our own making. So just remember, keep your cool. Don't self sabotage, and move forward and create your boundaries and know where you're conscious. Like, be conscious and be aware and mindful. All right, so that is it for fixed signs. Thank you guys. Everyone have a good week, and I will see you next time. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you. Bye.